Hello, and whenever you are watching this, I hope you and your family are well and healthy, and that you have gone through the last several months and as good as you possibly can, given all the craziness in the world. So, hello, um, my name is Mr. Quigley, and I'm going to get the luck to be your son or daughter's teacher this year. And I'm sure you're wondering several things about me, about who I am, about what this class is about, what we're going to learn, and what we're going to do. So I want to hopefully answer some of those questions. But the truth is, I'm sure I'm not going to answer all of them. So here's what you can do. And I always invite you to do this. Feel free to email me at wquigley@pinescharter.net. Again, wquigley@pinescharter.net. Feel free to do that at any time you have a question about anything that we're doing in class. So before I actually talk about what this class is about, let me give you some background on who I am. As I said, my name is William Quigley. I have been a teacher at Pembroke Pines Charter High School. This will be my, hard for me to believe it, 19th year, and my 29th year overall being a teacher. Of those 29 years, this is my 8th year teaching AP Government. And I'm going to mention some things about AP Government, but just to give you an idea of how my students have done in the past. Last year, my students' passing percentage was 77%. That was over 20 points higher than the state average and 15 points higher than the national average. And again, I'm going to talk about exactly what I do to try and make sure students get to that passing percentage. And I'm also going to tell you why it's really not that important. But before I get there, let me talk to you about the class. What makes this course unusual is that unlike any other AP course or a Cambridge course that your child may have taken, those classes, when a student starts in, AP US history or Cambridge in 10th grade or 9th grade, when they start those classes, from the very first day, they are either in Cambridge or AP. That's not true for this class because really, what your child is going to take from me is two courses. They're going to be taking Honors Economics and AP Government. Now this, when I was asked to teach this class, presented a problem. How do I do that? How do I teach two courses? And in one of those courses, get students ready for an AP exam in May. If I start the year in AP Government, then when it becomes January, I just gotta kind of hope my students remember everything for the test in May. If I don't start the course until January, well then I really only have January, February, March, April. I really only have 4 months, and it's not 4 full months. That's a crazy time in school. So I don't really have that much time to get students ready. So what do I do? Now, I want to tell you what decision I made. But first, before I do that, when I was asked to teach this class, I did have that question in mind. How do I teach 2 classes, AP Government, Economics? So what I did is I went to a teacher training. And in this room, we're all veteran teachers doing the same thing I was doing, teaching both economics and government. And I wondered, what did they do? How did they handle that problem? So when this training began, very early on, I raised my hand and I said, I just want to know, what do you guys do? How do you handle this problem? What do you teach? Tell me everything about exactly what it is that you do. And when I asked that question, I'll never forget how they reacted. They laughed. They laughed. The reason they laughed and what they told me was that they don't teach economics. They don't teach economics. They just teach AP Government the whole year. From the beginning until the end of the year, they teach AP Government. Now, that's one way to solve the problem. I could start on Wednesday teaching AP Government. But I think that's a crime. I think that's a crime. Now, I don't know you. I don't know your child. I don't know your family. Maybe, all the people I'm talking to right now are super rich. You have a trust fund with millions of dollars that you're just waiting to hand off to your kid. They're set up for life and they don't have to ever worry about economics. But my guess is that that is not true. That economics and how to deal with economics is a thing they're going to have to deal with. And this is why I think it's a crime. Economics is the only subject that I can guarantee that every single kid, even by the way, if they have a trust fund, is going to have to deal with. Everyone has to deal with economics. And the idea that your child would graduate from high school having never learned anything about a budget, about taxes, about how to pay for things, about how the economy works, what a business is just a crime to me. So, I am going to teach your child economics. And here is the decision that I have made. I have to get your child ready for the AP Gov exam. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start the year in economics. And in the first quarter, basically to the end of October, I am going to teach your child every really important thing they need to know about economics. The truth is, I really have one simple goal in economics. I want to teach your child how they can use economics to get whatever they want from their life. I mean, ultimately, that's what economics is. Economics are the things that allow us to do what we want to do. I want to teach them how to make good decisions. What are good economic decisions? What do they look like? How do you make them? And what are bad economic decisions? And what do those look like? And how do you avoid them? So that's my big goal in economics, to teach them that they can get whatever they want in this life through using economics. Then, as I said, we're going to move to AP Government. And I did want to go ahead and mention some things about AP Government. As I said, I have a very strong passing rate. And I am going to do everything I can to get your child to pass AP Government. In fact, do not be surprised that at some point my name becomes somewhat of a swear word, because your child is going to be pushed. I am going to make them work. I am going to challenge them. I'm going to do that. And they're going to pass. I'm going to get them ready. But here's the biggest thing I'm going to say to you in this entire video. If all I do is get your child ready to pass an AP exam, I haven't done my job. I haven't. What is more important than a score on an AP exam is that they care. We have the greatest country in the world. The United States is the greatest country in the world. We have the greatest government in the world. We have achieved the greatest achievements of any people walking around the planet Earth. We also have a government that drives us crazy, that does stupid things, that does things that make no sense. And I'll explain to them why that happens too. But I want to teach them that voting matters, that they should care, that they should be involved. The greatest achievement of my time teaching government is when my kids vote. And I want to teach them why that matters, why they should care, why they should be involved. I don't know if you have noticed, but there's been some issues going on around the country that are pretty big. And we all, and since I'm talking to the parents, I'm talking to you, all of us have reasons to want to be involved and care about the government. And I want to teach that to them. I want to show them that we are the greatest country in the world. But we're not perfect. And we make mistakes. And there are people who need help. And it's our job as citizens to be engaged and involved in the world. I'm going to push your kids. And they're going to pass the AP exam. But that's not my real goal. My real goal is to teach them that this stuff matters, that the world matters, that the government matters. So I'm going to leave this presentation with this one really last important thing. You're a parent sitting and listening to this presentation, and you may have questions. As the year goes on and I teach your students various things about economics, about government, you may have questions. We are going to have serious discussions in my class. We're going to talk about a lot of issues, and some of those issues are going to be controversial. And if you have any questions about that, which I'm sure you will, I encourage you, I invite you, I welcome you to email me. My email address is wquigley@pinescharter.net. If you ever have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I do not take a parent contacting me or questioning anything I do as anything other than you being really and truly concerned and really and truly wanting to know. I was lucky. I had two parents who loved me and were there for me. And whenever they had a question or they weren't sure about something, they spoke up. So feel free, contact me, talk to me. I'll leave this with one last thing. Hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully, I guess the first time I will ever see all of you will be in May at graduation, when I can see the people that I'm talking to congratulate you and congratulate your child. This is going to be a great year. We're going to have some challenges, and that's okay. We'll make it. But I look forward to meeting you, talking to you, and congratulating you and your family in May when your child graduates from Pembroke Pines Charter High School. Regardless, I can't wait for this to start. Let's go. I'll talk to you soon.